ਵੈਲਕਮ ਟੂ ਦਿਸ ਐਪੀਸੋਡ ਆਫ ਦ ਹਰਪ੍ਰੀਤ ਸਿੰਘ ਸ਼ੋ। ਅੱਜ ਦੇ ਸੈਗਮੈਂਟ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਸੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਮੁਲਾਕਾਤ ਕਰਵਾਉਣ ਜਾ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ। ਆਏ ਹੋਏ ਸਾਡੇ ਮਹਿਮਾਨ ਟ੍ਰਾਂਜੀਸ਼ਨ ਸੁਸਾਇਟੀ ਤੋਂ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਿ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਦੱਸਣਗੇ ਕਿ ਡੋਮੈਸਟਿਕ ਵਾਇਲੈਂਸ ਦੀ ਸਮੱਸਿਆ ਕਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਗੰਭੀਰ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਜਾ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਕਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਸਰਵਿਸਿਜ਼ ਅਵੇਲੇਬਲ ਨੇ। ਗੱਲ ਕਰਨ ਲਈ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਪਹੁੰਚੇ ਹੋਏ ਨੇ ਕੈਰਲ ਮੈਟਸ ਮਰੇ। ਵੈਲਕਮ ਟੂ ਦ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ।
Thank you.
Thank you. So when we talk about the issue of domestic violence, could you elaborate? It's a very wide term. So domestic violence includes physical abuse, includes emotional abuse. How do you, your society basically relate to this, and how are you offering services?
Well, domestic violence is a huge term because it takes in so many different areas.
Mm-hmm.
Tri-City Transitions is a 40-year-old organization that has been providing services to those impacted by domestic violence.
Right.
And when we provide services, it really is providing services in a non-judgmental way,
mm-hmm.
providing that support to somebody who has been impacted, whether it's been physically, whether it's emotionally, verbally, psychologically, financially, sexually, whatever it is, but we provide that support to help an individual
mm-hmm.
to realize that it's not their fault.
Right.
That this has happened to them and that they can rebuild their lives and that they can move forward. We do that through counseling, we do that through peer support,
Mm-hmm.
We do that through the court support work that we do, and we do that by, as I said, coming at it from a place of non-judgment.
Right.
A person has choice in
Mm-hmm.
their life around what it is that they want to do and how they want to move forward.
Right.
And of course, the big factor in all of it is safety and security.
Mm-hmm.
For a person to move forward, they need to feel safe. They
Right.
need to feel that they have supports in place and that they can take a step at a time to move forward. And if there's children involved, then of course it's also is how do we keep them safe and how do we get the children to understand
Mm-hmm.
that what they have witnessed, it's not them, they didn't cause it.
Right.
It's happened with adults, and so how do they normalize their emotions and their feelings that have come as a result of that?
So over the years, the statistics which are coming out, can you elaborate on that and tell us that we say that now the society is much aware. Is that awareness really helping us? Are we coming out of this mentality, or still the same notions remain over there?
I would like to believe that we're coming out of the
Mm-hmm.
mentality, but I don't see the services going away tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And part of that, I think, is just how people, and part of it is the genealogy. If you look at the family structure
Mm-hmm.
for thousands of years,
Right.
so you have to look, you look at that, but it's also in looking at how people get along, what goes into a relationship, what
Right.
makes a healthy relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have a lot of pressures happening in that relationship, one of the outcomes is that there'll be some violence in one way or the other.
Right.
And I'd like to believe that it's
Mm-hmm.
decreasing, although as we had in 2014 in BC, we had an increase in murders, where women lost their lives. I believe we had 14.
Mm-hmm.
That's high for, that was considerably higher than it had been in prior years.
Right.
So you look at that and say, what's caused that?
Mm-hmm.
What's driving that? I mean, part of it is people get frustrated, perhaps, if they've lost a job,
Mm-hmm.
or something has happened in the family, or there's been a death in the family. It makes it really tough, and even
Right.
things like poverty
Mm-hmm.
impact it.
Mm-hmm.
So is it going away? I'd like to say to you that it is,
But in fact, situation is something
it's
different.
Still here.
Absolutely.
It is.
Now, when we talk about the transition services which are being provided, now, what's the criteria basically what you adopt in? Because there are a number of limited seats which you can accommodate the people in. So, what's the criteria you adopt for getting those people whom you want to help?
When someone calls for services with Tri-City Transitions,
Mm-hmm.
everybody that we help has been impacted by violence and abuse in one way or the other. So if somebody's calling for transition house services, we screen them in, and generally there's been some domestic situation where either somebody has punched somebody, or somebody has, say, thrown a TV at somebody else, or somebody has come home drunk and they've began to beat up somebody. So we will screen them in. Sometimes it's the police that are calling us because they've been called to a domestic violence situation and they need to find a safe place. So we bring them into the transition house, and we provide that safe and secure environment for them to calm down and to begin to bring their life back together,
to normal,
back to, well, as normal as it can be. In our counseling services, we have people who call us, women who call us for services. They may currently be in a domestic situation that is not good, but they don't want to leave it because there's children, because they love the individual.
That's right.
And so we will work with them and we will provide counseling support to them to help them find ways to stay in the relationship in a safe way.
Right. What generally is seen is that, again, women are more accommodating. They want to stay where they are for a longer period. This is what we find mostly in the South Asian culture. If you could just tell us a little bit about this, that now when a person is not ready, how can you help? Because many times we hear that women complain that men are not wanting to go for counseling. Women are coming forward. But as far as men are concerned, how to involve the family into it so that your services can be beneficial to them?
Well, it depends entirely on what is going on in someone's life.
Right.
But I have had men call me directly because they weren't happy about the services we were providing to their partner.
Okay.
And so I, in those cases, took the opportunity to talk directly to the man.
Right.
And actually refused to talk to him about his wife because his wife was already receiving services.
Right.
So I just kept saying to him, what is it that you want? What is it that you want from Tri-City Transitions? And he said, well, what kind of services do you provide? So I took the opportunity to say to this individual, I said, do you know the impact on your children when you are fighting? You know, when you have mean words going to your wife and maybe she is saying them back to you. I said, do you know what kind of impact that has on children? I said, do you know what it's like for children when children see their parents drinking and they become inebriated? I said, do you know what kind of impact that has? And I said, and furthermore, I said, when parents choose to do drugs, I said, and children are watching that. I said, do you know what kind of impact that has?
Right.
That seemed to be enough for this individual to say, I think I need to change.
Right.
And they did.
So what you're saying is that a small interaction, small advice can make a lot of difference, and that's what these kind of services provide.
Yes.
Okay. Now, these are free services which are provided, and if anybody wants to take advantage of these services, where they can contact you?
The services are free. They can contact us through our website, or they can call us at 604-941-7111. Now, one of the things I wanted to say is we're located in the Tri-Cities.
Right.
But our transition house, like every transition house in the province, is open to women from across the province, across Canada, and even internationally.
Right.
There is no wait. There is no wait list.
No wait period.
There's no wait period for a transition house, because if our transition house is full, we will look for a transition house in another community.
Right.
So there is no wait time for a transition house service.
Carol, thank you very much for this information.
Okay, thank you.
ਸੋ ਜੋ ਅਸੀਂ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕੀਤੀ ਉਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਮ ਤੌਰ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਜਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਸਮਝਦੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਇਹ ਸਮੱਸਿਆ ਸਿਰਫ ਮਰਦਾਂ ਦੀ ਹੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ, ਲੇਕਿਨ ਜਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਕੈਰਲ ਨੇ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਕਿ ਘਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਦੋਂ ਕੋਈ ਪ੍ਰੋਬਲਮ ਪੈਂਦੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਤਾਂ ਉਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਘਰ ਖਰਾਬ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ। ਉਸ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਸਰਕਾਰਾਂ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਇਸ ਸੁਸਾਇਟੀ ਚਲਾਈਆਂ ਜਾ ਰਹੀਆਂ ਨੇ, ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਮੁੱਖ ਮਕਸਦ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਦੁਬਾਰਾ ਵਸੇਬਾ ਹੋ ਸਕੇ। ਇਸੇ ਕਰਕੇ ਇਹ ਟ੍ਰਾਂਜੈਕਸ਼ਨ ਸਰਵਿਸਿਜ਼ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਦਿੱਤੀਆਂ ਜਾਂਦੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਇਹ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਫ੍ਰੀ ਆਫ ਕਾਸਟ ਹੁੰਦੀਆਂ ਨੇ। ਸਕਰੀਨ ਤੇ ਦਿੱਤੇ ਹੋਏ ਨੰਬਰ ਤੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਫੋਨ ਕਰਕੇ, ਇਹ ਜ਼ਰੂਰੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਿ ਜਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਇਹ ਟਰਾਈ ਸਿਟੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਲੋਕੇਟਡ ਨੇ ਤੇ ਸਿਰਫ ਉਸ ਨੂੰ ਹੀ ਇਹ ਕੇਟਰ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ, ਪੂਰੇ ਪ੍ਰਾਂਤ ਭਰ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਕਿਤੋਂ ਵੀ ਜੇਕਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਅਬਿਊਜ਼ ਕਿਸੇ ਕਿਸਮ ਦਾ ਵੀ ਫੇਸ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ, ਮਰਦ ਹੋ ਜਾਂ ਔਰਤ ਹੋ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਸੰਪਰਕ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ ਤਾਂ ਕਿ ਇਹ ਫ੍ਰੀ ਸਰਵਿਸਿਜ਼ ਦਾ ਬੈਨੀਫਿਟ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੁਬਾਰਾ ਆਪਣੀ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਖੁਸ਼ਹਾਲੀ ਲਿਆ ਸਕੋ।